Hi there, I'm Corrina, and last year I was here and talked a little bit about what SOPACs were, social OPACs, and what the coming of that act and what some of the trends in the industry were. This year we're going to really drill down a level and talk about going from theory to practice, and that's why Corrina is here. She is a client of ours, and they've implemented what we call social knowledge network, or SOPAC, and she's going to talk about their experiences doing that. Before we get to Corrina, I'm going to just talk a little bit about what we helped them create and how we helped do that. Basically, Inmagic's been around for a long time. We've dealt with customers across many continents, about 5,000 customers in 50 countries, and we've been helping people build knowledge repositories for many, many years. But what do we mean by a social knowledge network, and what are we helping our clients create when we talk about such a thing, which often in a library setting is referred to as a SOPAC? Really, it comes down to two core things. It is the ability to take core knowledge or vetted information, but then mix and match it with input from the community. So we're not talking about the old style, build it, and it's a read-only environment. We're talking about an environment where it really is a data that is enhanced and informed by the wisdom of the community. And the key here is that it is socialization is content-centric. What you mean by that is you don't have kind of social here and content over here. You don't have two different silos. What you have is one integrated environment where people are able to add value to the content. And what you have is an environment and a community where the content is constantly being enriched by the community. So what that means is the content can make you, the community can make you book smart, but it can also make you street smart. And we want both those things. Organizations these days want people to be both. Would you go and get heart surgery from somebody who just graduated from medical school? Well, unfortunately, some people do, because that person has to get street smart over time. But the issue is what you really want is both. We like somebody who's been out there performing surgeries for a while. That's the same thing we want inside organizations. People want the book smartness of having gone to medical school, but I want the street smartness of all that experience and practice brought together. We do that by sharing stories and knowledge. You can do that within a SOPAC, within a social knowledge network. So how does a social knowledge network work? The first and foremost key component of a social knowledge network is it has a focus. This isn't your enterprise search engine or SOPAC for everything that ever existed. It's got a focus. So for instance, at associations, it focuses on bringing the members together in a particular community, usually around a particular industry, like HR. It can also be focused around internal productivity or things like that. But once you decide what the focus of your social knowledge network is, then you bring two things to bear, and two things to the right or left. The first, particularly where the librarian participates, is you bring vetted content. You pick and choose your content. You do the standard librarian things you read and feed, build a rich content environment. But then what the SOPAC enables is the ability to have that data enriched and informed by the community. So that it's getting smarter all the time. It isn't just, oh, I've got to take the old stuff and throw it out, find something new, and it is being changed and morphed and added to and value added by the community itself. Many of the people who use your data constantly are domain experts. They can add a lot of value to that data, and that's what the social knowledge network enables. So we build social knowledge networks for areas like social libraries, what we call knowledge nets or KM applications. We have social knowledge networks to what we call IdeaNet, for innovation, where the community is putting in ideas. Those ideas are then being moderated, and eventually that may lead to new innovations in a library, in a software company, you name it. And what we also do is produce an application called AssociationNet, which is being used by associations like HRPA. So the benefits of social knowledge network can be profound. It's fun innovation. Get much better knowledge retention, get better return on your knowledge assets. A whole set of things can happen, and what I'm going to do is we're going to talk about a specific example of how they implemented a social knowledge network in the form of a SOPAC and what the benefits do out there through HRPA. So with that,
are new to social media in our library, so when we were asked if we could share our experiences, we jumped the chance. As so mentioned, my name is Corrina, and I'm an information specialist at the Resource Center of the Human Resources Professionals Association of Ontario. Staffed by 2 information specialists, the Resource Center answers more than 5,000 research requests per year from our membership. Our goal of the Resource Center is to create member value and be a driving force in member retention. As a professional association, we're committed to the advancement of our members' careers, capabilities, and we hope to provide interesting rewarding volunteer opportunities. So a little bit of background about my organization. Either one way or another, HRPA has been around for the past 75 years. What started out as a Toronto social club has grown into a major professional association with more than 20,000 members, which is organized into 28 different chapters. Today, HRPA has more than 300 professional development programs annually, and we give our members access to the largest HR career network in Canada. We are the 3rd largest HR association in the world, with the 2nd largest annual HR conference and trade show, which attracts thousands of delegates from across Canada and from dozens of countries around the world. We like to think that we have become a global HR thought leader, which is where our story really begins. HRPA communicates in thought leadership through many formats. We have conferences, seminars, webinars, white papers, online print newsletters, magazines, blogs, websites, and we also have, as an association, we are tasked with providing content and information to our members. And we have all of these different content types and sources, yet we didn't have an efficient way to push the information out or make it easily accessible via self-service. It was very taxing to our staff and prevented us from being productive. In the past, we thought it was sufficient to make these resources available to our members and to the public without any real regard to how easy they were to access or digest. As a result, as you can imagine, we had low member satisfaction. We were receiving more than 5,000 emails per year requesting information from our information specialists. And while we kept track of what the requests were for using key text words, we essentially found ourselves managing thousands of emails with the net result that each request was taking up to 2 weeks to process, and at the end of the day, the only person who benefited from the request was the person who made it in the first place. We were in a reactive moment, and we were bringing very poor service to our members. The situation wasn't sustainable, and we knew that we needed to move to a technology-based self-service model, and so we started to look at alternatives. In 2008, we moved from RMS to Microsoft CRM with member-based association modules that are based on CRM from ProTech. This move revolutionized our relationship with our members, and ideally, whatever information service we acquired would have to integrate with our CRM. And we also knew that we wanted to harness the power of social media to engage our membership. As a member association, we not only need our membership to engage and interact with us as an organization, but also interact with each other as peers and mentors. So finding a library tool that can help us accomplish our goals by allowing our members to speak to us and to one another about their information needs was a priority. From a process standpoint, we were also lacking. Many of our members were bypassing the online services that we had available, and we had a random reference request system, and we also had a lot of lists and finding things and links on our website, but they were quite hard to find. So they were just coming, our members were coming straight to the information specialists to answer questions. We knew that we needed to centralize and simplify the way our members looked for information. and make it relevant to our membership. So we decided to go ahead and do the rounds with demos and sales teams, and we also reached out to my friends on the SLA library list. I'm sure there's some of you out there. And we also decided to go with Inmagic Presto. We found that with Presto's tagging and commenting and logging tools, we could serve up a lot of information that was very difficult to access through one unified query tool. And we've also leveraged the power of social media to create a sense of online community. And additionally, our processes have been speeded up by requesting that members first use the Resource Center query tool, which is now easy to do. We've seen the number of email requests, email inquiries drop dramatically, allowing us for the first time in ages to be proactive and reducing response times by 85%. We were very pleased with the results that we've had, and I would like to just share with you a little bit about what the HRPA Resource Center site now looks like and some of the details of our implementation. So in 9 short weeks, we decided to go all out and embarking on a new project. And in the interest of time, I'll kind of gloss over the timeline. But we had our demo in early June, and by late June, we decided to purchase Presto. We created the taxonomy for our content collections, created a homepage, nailed down goals and security permissions, and we set up blogs and alerts. In August, we had a soft launch, and while we were still adding more records, we cleaned up the screens and keys for a better user experience. And right after Labor Day in September, we had our hard launch, announcing our newly approved Resource Center to all of our members. And we were able to do a lot of work ourselves, which was very nice. The first thing we did was to configure our content types, and Presto came with a variety of pre-formatted types that we took advantage of. And because our legacy system was TextWorks, we were easily able to create a perfect match and roll our existing records into Presto. It facilitated the process of importing the majority of our holdings. And as we did this, we also customized the rating and commenting requirements for each content type that's implemented. The next step was to nail down the taxonomy so we could begin to build our content collections. We wanted something that our members would easily recognize and stand the test of time. Our major collections outline functional areas of HR. And we also decided to incorporate the required professional capabilities that we as an association define and to our members who are seeking their HR certification. So once we had the taxonomy structure in place, we began building the content collections. It was a pretty labor-intensive part of the process, but fortunately in Toronto, there is a library school, so we were able to easily find a student intern who was willing to work with us for the summer and digitize and cover up our holdings. We worked quickly to gather as many electronic resources as possible and create online collections that were well balanced and relevant to our members. Next, we completed our homepage. We had a lot of fun adding and arranging the web parts. We had our communications team create a new logo to help us market our new improved service. We also incorporated HRPA photography and conference updates, and we got a lot of creative input from other departments at HRPA. And we were also able to get some customization on the homepage, and we added a research request form so that we aren't inundated with as many emails, and we're happily spare a little bit of that entry. We were delighted to find out that we have a SharePoint web parts as well, of which there are many, and as we move forward, we hope to incorporate more interactive items on the homepage, such as polls or short surveys on topical issues for our members. We also set up RSS feeds to outside HR when we conducted our member satisfaction survey last year, we found that our members wanted opportunities to enhance their capabilities, contribute to their profession, and further their careers. We look at everything through that spectrum of the 3 C's. And our guest log meets all of these criteria. We currently invite HRPA members to share their experiences on the job, and we have actually garnered a lot of interest from senior members who want a chance to contribute and get some recognition. And it also has the benefit of allowing our members to engage directly with each other through the commenting and rating features. And finally, one of the most interesting features that we use are the federated search tabs. The capability to carry a search term over to other search engines without moving our resource center website has proven very powerful. And we're actually working with our partners to expand this feature, and most of them have been very receptive. So after all of this work, you might be wondering, what do our members think of our new service? And as you can see on the screen, we have found some very positive comments. And from my perspective as an information specialist, it's also had a great impact on my own job, and it's been very nice to take a proactive role in providing information services instead of just reacting to the questions that the members are constantly emailing me with. Looking forward, we still have some work to do. We will be migrating our member forum from what we have now, which is a SharePoint application, to our resource center. And the advantage of that is that we will be able to provide increased social collaboration and help our members build networks of colleagues and partners. And we also hope to create value for the resource center as a driver of member retention. And also, in a controversial move, we will be integrating e-commerce into our resource center and strengthening our ties with our content providers, and introducing a fee-based subscription service for members who have very complex information needs. In addition, we will continue to digitize HRPA-owned content and make it available on the Resource Center, including research projects from HRPA's newly formed Human Resources Research Institute, or HRPA. And staff will also begin to look forward at our own organization and look for ways that we can use Presto for internal knowledge management and capitalize on some of the social and collaborative features. And hopefully foster greater communication between departments like HRPA. Thank you.